How's it, everybody? And a warm welcome to the NFT show. I'm your host, Philip Kalinko, and tonight we're going to be looking at upcoming NFTs with massive potential. A reminder that nothing I say is financial advice. I am not a financial advisor, and you should always do your own research. Before we get into the projects, let's have a look at the markets. It's been a bad day. Wow. All right. So we got the ETH merge coming up in a day or two. Their timing couldn't be worse. They shouldn't have done it near the CPI inflation numbers, which came out today. But we can see the effects of that. We've got Ethereum down 7.5%. We got Bitcoin down 10%, and all the other altcoins, with the exception of a couple of little ones, bleeding hard. We've got Solana down 10% on the day, XRP down 5.5%. So really a bloodbath on the crypto markets. And if we have a look here, we've got the same thing on the NASDAQ, the S&P 500, down 5% today alone on average, which is a massive day. I don't remember for the last 6 months having a day like this. Really not looking great across the board. I mean, there's really no green here, with the exception of CTVA. Got no idea what that is. ALB, CF, and MOS in the process industries. Everything else is red and very red. Microsoft down 5%, Google down 5%, Facebook down 9%, Apple down 5%, Amazon down 6%, Walmart down 1.8%, Berkshire down 3%, JP Morgan down 3%, Johnson & Johnson down 2.5%, AB Bev, Coca-Cola down 2%. I mean, across the board, you can see. So really bad. And what happened today? Consumer price inflation came out. Everyone was expecting 8.1%, and the actual number was 8.3%. I think the reason that we're seeing this is that this makes it much more likely that we're going to have a 100 basis point raise the next time they raise it. Everyone was hoping for a 50 basis point, maybe 75, but this makes it much more likely that there'll be a 100 basis point on the next decision. The truth of that, in my mind, is that it actually wouldn't be that bad from the perspective of, let's just get it done. Let them just knock it down, and let's get over this instead of dragging it out, right? So I do think that this is something that people sort of start to realize. But today has been a bloodbath, and we're seeing it's across the board, crypto and the stock exchange, right? If we have a look over here at NFT specifically, this is 24-hour volume on the different platforms. Have a look here. We got OpenSea did 12 million in the last 24 hours. Magic Eden, $4.5 million. X2Y2, 2.7 million. Blocktobe, 1.75. CryptoPunks alone did 1 million. LooksRare, 840,000. Immutable X, 500,000. So that gives you a bit of an idea. But just to jump here, specifically onto OpenSea, I mean, if we look at monthly volume, we're on the 13th of the month, and we've only done $150 million in the entire month on NFTs on OpenSea. So, I mean, if we say, okay, double that and add a little bit, you get maybe 350 million. If we continue like we are, this month will end $350 million on OpenSea. And that is really low. I mean, even last month was 500 million, the month before 530 million, month before 700 million. Even if we go back to July last year, it was 328 million. So we are really on track for like the worst month that we've had since NFTs started taking off. And that's evident across the board. That's in Ethereum. But even if we look at it in US dollars, we're sitting on the exact same thing. So really from an NFT side, we are in the depths of a bear. It's never, ever been worse than it is. And we've got to call a spade a spade. But the important thing, like we always say, is that we know why it's happening. It's not just crypto. It's not just NFTs. Look at the top companies in the world are down 5% on the day on average, right? So if we were seeing that crypto was bleeding and everything else was doing well, right? Then we would be worried. But now what we're seeing is that there's macro problems across the board, and that's reflecting in the risk on assets of crypto, and even more risky than Bitcoin and Ethereum are NFTs. So we know why this is happening. And I do believe if we can weather the storm, keep learning, keep making relationships, keep building in the space, when the macro gets better, not if, when. There's been recessions before, there'll be recessions after this. When the macro gets better, the people who are here building and learning will really benefit from that. Okay, I got to stop because I got my first super chat. Crypto Dream, my first super chat. Let's go. Let's fucking go. That's so exciting. Thank you, my brother. Thank you so much. So we got you got to catch us live, and here's the super chat. My first time doing it, the super chat virgin. Please get Cade to get super chat, lol. I'll speak to him. You know what I think the thing is with Cade? He's having trouble getting YouTube to monetize him. I don't know why, and I've tried to help him, but this is so exciting. That's so nice. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. All right, so let's go to a bigger screen over here. So that's the macro. That's what we're looking at. If we look at OpenSea and see what's been trending in the last 24 hours, we got Doodles at number 1, sitting at an 8.5 Ethereum floor. Now, we're going to chat about it on the show on Friday with Cade, but basically today they tweeted for the first time in 7 weeks, and I think that alone, just them tweeting, could have made the floor price go up a bit, but their tweet was that they've raised $54 million, putting their valuation at $700 million, right? And we've seen Doodles pump, we've seen the Genesis box pump, and we've seen everything Doodles related, the duplicator pump, as a result of that. Now, this might be quite controversial to say, however, and I did tweet this to Doodles, they announced that they had raised this in June this year. When they had NFT New York, they said that they had raised $50 million, and this is the same raise. Okay, so I don't know, like hype is real, I get it, but they are recycling hype, okay? So yeah, that's what's going on. I don't think most people realize this, but this was locked in 3 months ago. So that's the NFT market for you. And that shows you, right? You just recycle your news and you get a 2 Ethereum pump. They were sitting at a 7 ETH floor, and they went as high as 9.5 ETH today. So that's number 1 in the 24-hour charts. We know why it's pumping. We've then got Renga, which I've covered before in both number 2 and number 7. Their black boxes are basically burnable to be able to get the Rengas, right? And the reason that the black boxes are trading at double what the Rengas are trading is that the rares on the Rengas on the PVPs are going a lot higher than most collections. So people are gambling with the black box on getting a rare and being able to then sell it at a higher price, right? So that's your 2 Rengas. We've got CryptoPunks at number 3. They don't need any introduction. Mutant Ape Yacht Club at number 4, 12.8. They've come up about an ETH or so. They were at 11 something. We've got Wolfgame Genesis at 0.33. ENS Name Services is still sitting in the top 15. Project Yin Yang, which was launched yesterday. The mint price on this was 0.085 or 0.09, depending if it was public or done before the whitelist. But then anyone who had whitelist could mint it free. And they minted the first 5,000 at 0.085 or 0.09. And then I think there were 4,000 done for free. And I think 1,000 then went to public. So we're seeing them sitting at 0.07, which is the under mint price. But if you average it and you say, okay, just to make it simple, half of the collection was free, the other half of the collection was paid for at 0.085, you get an average price of 0.0425. So you got to look at it like that, because the guys who paid nothing are very happy to sell it at 0.05 all day, if they wanted to just flip and get out of it. So it's not like the entire collection minted at 0.09. I do strongly believe that when this consolidates and all the paper hands who minted at nothing are out of this, that this has the potential to run. I've covered it before. If you just search on the channel, your Yin Yang, you'll see I'm quite bullish on it, the team behind it. So look, obviously in this market, it's very difficult to know what anything is going to do. If we were in a normal bull market, this would be running to half a ETH, 1 ETH all day. Very hard to know what it's going to do, right? It's a 10,000 collection. That's quite high. Average price of buying 0.05 just to round it off, right? Got a Solana project here, S4 Genesis at number 9, Parallel Alpha, which I've got no idea what that is, at number 10, Bored Ape Yacht Club at number 11, Clone X at number 12, sitting at 5.6 Ethereum. I'm a big Clone X maxi, guys. If you're not in the ecosystem and you can get in, I think this is a great time. Obviously not financial advice, but these guys are not going anywhere. They're really not. The whole NFT market can fall. Clone X will still be there. I'm telling you, they're building, and I'm a big supporter. I think this is a great steal. SoulSwap, another Solana project at 4.5. Solana, Utes 132 Sol, and Other Deed at 1.6. So that gives you an